Welcome everyone. This tutorial just prepared for first year student. Stop worrying about exam results and start focusing on the next 10 minutes of chapter 1 and chapter 2. Before we jump into the question, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our future important exam question for all courses. Mid-exam are tough, but so are you. We are going to master emerging technology in computer programming logic right now. Start scoring and let's turn that effort into A+ grade. This question compiled from 2015 to 2017 year mid-exam conducted at different university. From this 50 core question, 50 multiple choice, 2 algorithm design, and 2 program writing. If you understand this question clearly, you will perform on your mid-exam with great confidence and score good mark. Question number 1 from chapter 1. Which one is high-level programming language? In programming language, we have different types or classification of language. We have low language. Low language means a machine language, which use 0 and 1. The other one, there is assembly language. Assembly language is a symbolic instruction. The other one is high-level language. Example of machine languages, 0 and 1, that's a low level. Example of high-level languages, Java, C++, C#. This all what? High level. So the answer is this one. This is the answer. High level. Java, C++, C#. All these are what? High level. Question number 2. What the purpose of writing pseudocode in C++? Before starting writing C++ code, you have to write pseudocode, English-like language. For what purpose? To make clear and understandable for non-programmer person. So the answer, to help non-programmer understand logic of algorithm. This answer. Question number 3. Which property of algorithm ensures that the steps are precisely defined and clear to understand? We have different types of algorithm property, so you have to identify their difference. When you come to efficiency, what efficiency? When you say efficiency, solution prescribed in guarantee the correct answer. When you come to finiteness, each number of steps to be taken has to end. When you come to definiteness, you have to clearly define each step. So your answer is this one. Ensure that steps are defined and clear to understand. As you can say, definiteness. When you say finiteness, each number of steps should have to add an end. The difference between finiteness and definiteness. So you have to identify. When you say correctness, it must be correct and solve particular problem. You can say correctness. So this is the difference. Question number 4. Which of the following best define semantic in programming? There is semantic. You have to identify syntax and semantic. Syntax and what the difference? Semantic, syntax. Semantic means what? Meaning of programming constructs. Semantic in programming is the meaning of programming to construct, or the grammar, you can say. The grammar. When you say syntax, we can't do it. Question number 5. Dash is an artificial language that can be used to control behavior of machine or behavior of computer. Algorithm is step-by-step procedure. Pseudo code is English-like language. The answer is programming language. Programming language is an artificial. Natural language is the natural language. So the answer is C. Programming language is an artificial language that can be used to control the behavior of machine. Question number 6. Which of the following best define syntax in programming? You have to see the difference between semantic and syntax. Semantic is the meaning of program to construct. When you say syntax, syntax is the structure or form of program code. Get the difference. Identify the difference between semantic, syntax. Semantic means meaning of program to construct. Syntax means structure or form of program code. Question number 7. What is the role of compiler in C++ development process? Why we use compiler? There is interpreter, there is compiler. As you see here, this compiler translates C++ source code into the machine code. This is your answer. Compiler translates C++ source code into what? Into machine code. This is what you have to understand. In this one, compiler translates entire source code of your program into machine code. Interpreter translates single line of source code into machine code. You have to identify. Compiler translates entire source code of C++ code into machine code. Interpreter translates single line by line source code into machine code. Is the difference. Question number 8. In flowchart, what does parallelogram represent? Start and end represented by oval or circle. Processing step or computation represented by rectangle. Looping represented by decision. And input output represented by parallelogram. You have to identify their use and the representation. Question number 9. Which of the following step-by-step procedure to solve particular problem? Flowchart is a graphical representation. Code is English-like language or statement. And the step-by-step procedure is what? An algorithm. An algorithm. Question number 10. In flowcharts, what shape is used to represent decision? Deciding, rectangle used for computation, oval used for start and end, parallelogram used for what? Input and outputs. You can use diamond for decision. You can get this question on algorithm design at the end of this question. Question number 11. The oval symbol in flowchart signifies what? Input outputs signify by using program, processing by using a rectangle, connection by using arrow, start and end use oval or a circle, you can say, or ellipse, any of it. Question number 12. Which of the following best define programming? From the beginning, look here. Writing instruction for computer to perform a specific tasks, you can say programming. You can say programming. Question number 30. Which of the following is the step in problem solving before writing a code? Before writing any code, you have to design an algorithm. Debugging is after you wrote the code, compiling also after you wrote the code, execution after you wrote the code. So before writing the code, you have to design an algorithm or steps. Question number 40. A flowchart use which of the following to represent process or computation or calculation? Circle used for start and end. Diamond used for decision. This triangle is useless. So rectangle used for computation or for calculation, you can see. This is all the question from your chapter 1. If you practice and understand this question, you can answer any question on your mid exam. Let's go to chapter 2. Your question from chapter 2. C++ basics and structure. Question number 50. What the result of negation of 5 equals to 5? This symbol is comparison. You have to understand. Comparison symbol. Equals to comparison. When you see in the bracket 5 equals to 5, yes, it is true. Yes, 5 is equals to 5. Yes, it is true. True means you can say 1. Okay. What is the opposite or negation of 1 or true? Negation of true is false. This is negation symbol. Not. Not of or negation of true or negation of 1 means false or 0. For this, the answer is B. Question number 60. What the value of bool B is equals to in the bracket 5 greater than 3? Look, 5 is greater than 3. This statement is true. Or you can say this statement is 1. True or 1, the same. 1 represents true, 2 represents 1. So, what the result? Value of this B. This true, this one. Here the answer. Question number 17. What the result of this expression? Look, in the bracket, 5 is greater than 2. It is true. Yes. And the end, 3 is less than 1. This is false. What's the rule of end? In end, true and true only can be true. It's equals to what's true? True and end only true. If both sides, the left and the right side are true, you can get true. Sorry. You can get true. If both sides are true, you can get what? true result. But if one of the side, the left side or the right side is false, you'll get false results. So the answer true and then false, it is false. Only true and then the true are true. You can say true. Look this one. If you are using this or, true or false, you can say true. True or true, you can say true. Only false or false is what? False. In what? In or. In or. So this is end. You have to understand this one. Question number 18. What will be the output of the following C++ code? We have defined and initialized a variable here. Int, integer data type, int a is equals to 10. A value is 10 and int b value is 20. Bool results is equal to this expression. B is greater than, A is greater than B. That means 10 is greater than 20. This is false. Okay, and the end, B is greater than A. That means 20 is greater than 10. This is true. The same question with the above, this one, and the end. To get true, both right side expression and the left side should be true. If both of them are true, you can get true. In what? In end. So one side is false. If one side is false, the result will be what? False. If both sides are true, the result will be true. So the answer is, here is 0. The answer is 0. Question number 19. Which one is correct declaration of a variable? In variable declaration, you have to put data type, here is data type, space, the variable, space, semicolon. It's okay. But in variable, how you can use? When you declare a variable, the variable should start with letter or underscore. If the variable starts by letter or underscore, it's okay. Data type, the variable, semicolon. The variable should start with letter or underscore. You have to take it. Int data type, yes. This start by 2. So this is x. This x. It start by number. Int, this is meaningless. Okay. Let's come to D. Int cout, this is also meaningless. Even if you say int cout is keyword. So int space x semicolon. This is the answer. Is the correct. Is the correct. Question number 20. Every C++ program must have function where program execution starts. In C++ program, every execution starts in main method or main function. This is preprocessor. These are useless. So the answer is B. Which header file is required for cout and cin? For input stream and output stream, you can use iOS. I is for input stream, O is for output stream. For cin and cout. So these are the answer. This math is for mathematics. This is for manipulation, for tab or new line some other. This is for print and scan. This in C. You can use this one in all programming language C. So the answer is C. Question number 22. Which character is used to end a statement in C++? Look like this one. In this one, this int space x semicolon. So every statement in C++ end with semicolon. Semicolon. Question number 23. Which data type is used to store single character? Single character means like this one, A or this small a. This you can say single character. You can keep like this one. This is what you can use char. This is for string. String means sequence of character. So these are not answer. These are not answer. Question 24. How much memory does typical int take in C++? What the size of integer data type in C++? In old operating system, it uses this one, 2 bytes. In modern operating system, it uses 4 bytes. So these are the answer. When you come to this option A, 1 byte is for character, this one is for floats, and the 10 is for double. So you have to identify their difference. Character, for integer, for floats, and for double. You have to know their size. Question number 25. The operator this is used for what? We can use this one for C. What we call extraction operator. This A is for insertion operator. This represents this one. Represent this one. Insertion or C out. These are simply useless. Question 26. What the output of C out 7 divided by 2? When you divide 7 by 2, the answer is 3.5. It's obvious. Question number 27. What the output of C out 2 modulus 2? 7 modulus 2. That means what is the remainder when you divide 7 by 2? This is remainder. Remainder. When you divide 7 by 2, the quotient is 3. What the remainder? The remainder is 1. This modulus means remainder. Question number 28. Which operator has highest precedence? In C++, we have different priority precedence, brackets, multiplication. You can put like that. You can say the first one is brackets, division, multiplication, addition, subtract, their order. This is the first, this is the second, this is the third. You can continue this way. But in this one, in this operator, this is first, this second. You can say like that of your body mass. So the answer is this parenthesis has highest precedence. If there is some equation or expression in parenthesis, first you have to calculate that one. Question number 29. The value of 10 plus 5 times 2 is what? In this one, you have to identify the precedence of plus and the multiplication. Is that multiplication or plus has precedence or priority in expression? The first one is you have to calculate multiplication has highest precedence than this plus. So first, multiply 2 with 5. 5 times 2, 10. Next, you have to continue addition in the second. 10 plus 10, the answer is 20. You have to know their precedence. Question number 30. Which of the following is not C++ keyword? Integer is keyword, return is keyword, while is keyword, age is normal variable. Question number 31. What the difference between postfix or post increment and pre-increment prefix? In this prefix, always you will increment before use. In prefix, use before increments. In postfix, use the value then after increments. So the answer is this one. Increment after current value first used. Is the answer. Question number 32. To increase variable count by 1, you have a variable count. If you want to increase by 1, that means increment. Increment, what we say, postfix or prefix. Increment. Count plus plus, this is postfix, yes, this is right. Plus plus count, yes, this is prefix, this is right. The meaning of this one is that count is equals to count plus 1. Both of A and B means the meaning count is equals to count plus 1. So all are the answer. Question number 33. If x value is 10, what the value of x after x plus 10? This means x is equals to x plus 5. Look this one. The meaning of this statement, x plus equals to 5 means x equals to x plus 5. That means you have 10 plus what? 5. So the result, you can say the answer is 5. Question number 34. If the expression y is equals to x plus plus, if x is 10, what is y? It is post increment. In post increment, we use the value before increments. That means you will assign 10 for y before adding 1 on x. So the answer is, here is 10. The rule? Here is the rule. X plus plus is increment after current value first used. Before adding 1 to 10, you have to use 10 as it is. So the answer is 10. Question number 35. In the expression y plus plus x, this is prefix or pre-increment. If x is 10, what is y? Look here. Before assigning this 10 for y, you have to add one value. You have to make plus 1. That means 11. So y is what? 11. Simple logic. Question number 36. The directive #include IOStream is what? This is preprocessor directive. This is a preprocessor directive. Preprocessor directive. What are keywords in C++? Keyword is reserved word or any word that has predefined meaning in compiler. The answer is this one. Word with predefined meaning in a compiler or a reserved word. Question number 38. Which of the following is valid identifier? Valid identifier. Identifier must start using letter or what? Letter or underscore or what? Or underscore. Letter or underscore. At the beginning or at the end. Keywords never be identified. So if you come to option A, this starts by number. In the rule of identifier, it must start with letter or underscore. So this is wrong. When you come to B, It starts by letter. In between, here is underscore. This is right. When you come to C, C is keyword, so it is X. D, here is between hyphen. This is wrong. Look, E, look, this one. Underscore count. Also, this is possible. Also, this is possible. Sorry, here is. This is also possible. It's also possible. B and E are possible. Like this one. Okay. Question number 39. Which symbol is used for single line comments? We have two types of comment, double line and single line. The first one is what? Double line comment. Single line one is this is. B is single line comment. Question number 40. Which data type is used to store single character? That's what? Floats. Question number 41. How do you declare constant in C++? In order to define constant, you have to say const data type variable value. So this is the answer. This is the answer. A variable declared as constant means, what do you mean this one? Question this 41. A variable declared as constant means it cannot be changed once initialized. Once you initialize x 10, the value of x is 10. You can't change during runtime. So the answer is this one. Question 43. Which operator used for assignment? Assignment and equal are different. The first one is comparison or equal. This is equal or comparison. This one is assignment. This is assignment operator. Question number 44. Which data type is most suitable for storing this value? 3.14159. This is what? What type of data type? This is float or double. In this option, it's not integer, it's not character, it's not short. The answer is double. The answer is double. Question number 45. What does C in X do? This helps to read value from keyboard or from the user. Reads value from the keyboard into X variable. So this is question number 46. If int a is equals to 5, and semicolon, int b is equals to 2, what is a over b? Both are integer. You have to understand. Both are integer. A is integer, b is integer. The result should be what? Integer. So 5 over 2. What the result? You can say 2.5. But both are integer. If you divide integer by integer, you have to take only the integer part, these two. We don't bother about this after decimal. So the answer is these two. Integer. Question number 47. What's variable? Variable is a named storage location in computer memory. Is the answer. Question number 48. What the output of Cout? This expression. 10 is greater than 5. True. It is true. If the statement, this statement in the bracket expression is true, it display the first yes. If this statement is false, it display the second after colon no. So now the answer is yes. Why? This statement is true. The statement is true. Question number 49. Which keyword is used to return value from a function? Return a function. That's return. It's a return. Question number 50. Which data type is used to store age of student? Age means it's a number or integer. So you can say int age. These all are your multiple choice question. Take time, revise, and understand each of them. Let's go to the algorithm design and writing program. Part 2, algorithm program writing question. 51. Design an algorithm. First, design an algorithm. And the flow charts. You need here two things. First, algorithm, then flow chart. What type of algorithm? That calculates and display area of rectangle. Here you have to understand one thing. In order to calculate area of rectangle, you need length, width, and area. You need this thing. So in order to design an algorithm or develop an algorithm, first start in any algorithm design. The next, you have to read your inputs. The second, input your variable. What are the variable? Length and width. You have to take your length and width. The third steps, you have to calculate area. What's formula of rectangle area? Area is equal to length times width. Calculates area is equal to length times width. This algorithm. The fourth step, display or output the area. Means the result. The fifth step, end or finish your algorithm. This is finiteness. What the flowchart look like? What are the symbols you have to use in flowchart design? Start, parallelogram symbol for inputs. You can use rectangle for computation or calculation. Again, you can use for these outputs, parallelogram. Finally, you have to use oval or circle for end. This is algorithm. The next here. Design an algorithm in the flowchart that calculates final grade of a student based on average of 4 marks or 4 subjects. A student pass if average is greater than or equals to 50. Otherwise, fail. Look. The first thing you have to start. Step 1. Step 2. Read or input 4 course mark. Mark 1, mark 2, mark 3, mark 4. You have to input. Third step, calculate average is equal to mark 1 plus mark 2 plus mark 3 plus mark 4 divided by 4. This average. Let us check if the average is greater than or less than 50. If average greater than 50, print pass. The student already passed. If the average is less than 50, print student fail. That means else fail. Finally, end. What the flowchart looks like? Look here. Start, read 4 mark inputs in parallelogram. This is input. Use for calculating average rectangle symbol. Here we need decision. This is a diamond. You have to use diamond symbol for decision. You have to decide whether the mark is greater than 50 or less than 50. If the mark or average is greater than 50, yes, a student pass. And end the flowchart. If the average is less than 50, no, student fail. You have to write fail and pass in parallelogram. There are outputs. Finish the flowchart. So you have to use in this way. If yes, it will come this way, pass and end. If no, if the average is less than 50, it says no, fail, complete like this. This is how you can design what? Algorithm and flowcharts in simple. So on your exam, I hope you can work such question with a great confidence. The next question is program writing. Program writing. Write C++ program that take length and width from user and the display area of rectangle. Let's come here. Already we have length and width. You have here an algorithm. You can apply this algorithm simply. You can apply this algorithm. We have length and width. We have area. Let's start writing the code or the program. Here you can say hash include IO string. Next you can say using namespace std. Int main. This is the main method. The first one is, this is what? This is preprocessor directive. This one is main method. What the body of your main method? Body. This is the body. This is a body. So you can say int length, comma, width, comma, area, semicolon. Every C++ program statement end with semicolon. The next, take from the keyboard, cin, or you can say cout. Let's say cout semicolon enter value of length and the width this statement simply. The next, cin length, width, semicolon. Then computation, area is equals to length times width, semicolon. Then cout, display the result, cout area, semicolon. At the end, return type, return 0. This is how you can write your code. This is how you can write your code. So this is C++ program to take length from the user and display the area. The next, write C++ program that take radius from user and display area of the circle. You have to know the formula of circle area. The same thing you can say hash include IOStream and stream using namespace std int main method where program execution in C++ starts. Here in this one, you need what? Radius. So you can say float r, comma, area, semicolon. What the formula of radius? Cout, semicolon, enter radius of circle. What the radius of the circle? You have to enter. That means take from the user. That means C in what? R. Here is semicolon. What the formula? Area is equals to pi r square. Pi means 3.14 times r square. R square means r times r. Then semicolon. Cout area, semicolon. And you can say return 0. This is a simple. You can write within 1 minute. Make sure to review the core logic we have covered today. Stay focused and go get that A+ grade. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell